Hello and welcome to the Webcast for Monday, September 29th. I'm South Ops meteorologist Jonathan O'Brien. Visible satellite this morning shows increasing cloud cover over most of central and northern California, while skies are mainly clear over southern California. That is the result of a frontal system working its way into the region, and we're just going to be catching the tail end of that front and at least one or two other fronts over the next few days. Here's a look at our maximum humidity values since midnight last night. Recoveries have been and should continue to be excellent across the region as this moist onshore flow pattern continues. And this is really shaping up to be a low-impact week for weather. We're going to spend the next several days in between troughing influences off the west coast and ridging over the desert southwest. This is a pretty common fall pattern, and typically what we see in these regimes is, like this morning, a lot of dying cold fronts that fall apart as they get into our region, producing not a whole lot of rainfall, but at least keeping temperatures cool and humidity elevated. So in terms of the precipitation forecast this week, it's going to be a lot of bark without a whole lot of bite. As multiple dying frontal systems work their way through, scattered light showers will move across central California, generally from a Monterey-Fresno County line northward, at times from today all the way through Friday. Isolated thunderstorms will also form over the northern deserts this afternoon, with that desert storm risk diminishing after today. So while there will be frequent chances for light showers this week, most of the time will be dry, even in central California, and rainfall amounts through Friday will be mostly under a quarter of an inch. Portions of the Sierra could see around a half inch to an inch, and southern California will remain dry, other than some patchy marine layer drizzle at times. Nonetheless, while rainfall will be lacking, it's still a very good pattern for preventing any fire weather concerns. Thanks to the troughing influences, a below-normal temperature pattern will be in place all this week. Here's a look at today's forecast highs, and we're not expecting a whole lot of variation from these numbers all the way through this week. Valley highs will be mainly in the upper 70s to mid-80s, with 80s in the high desert and upper 60s to low 70s in the lower mountains. And with onshore flow firmly in control, minimum humidity will remain mainly above 30% with continued good recoveries, though the deserts will finally start to dry out tomorrow and we'll see min-RH values drop back into the teens. Speaking of the onshore flow, it will be gusty across the interior, as it usually is in these patterns. South to west winds of 20 to 30 miles per hour with gusts to 50 miles per hour will surface across the mountain ridges and desert passes from this afternoon all the way through Friday evening. Elsewhere, winds will mostly follow typical local patterns that we see in onshore flow. The upcoming weekend looks mainly dry, but with temperatures remaining cool, and there is potential for even more cooling and possibly additional shower chances by later Sunday or early next week as a deeper trough may try to overtake the west. So no signs of any sort of a late summer resurgence trying to take shape, with the cool weather here to stay for the time being. With a cool and humid pattern remaining in place, and on the heels of all the moisture over the past few weeks, dead fuel moistures are and will continue to be well above normal across the entire region through the next 7 days. We still have not seen a widespread seasonal green-up event across the region, especially in Southern California, so we're still at a point where a couple weeks of warmer and drier weather could put us back in play for higher fire danger conditions. But that is simply not in the cards right now, and large fire potential is going to remain very low for the foreseeable future. We'll likely be in the little to no probability category for new large fires all through this week, and if I had to venture a guess, likely through next week as well. That's it for today's webcast. Thanks for joining us. The next one will be on Tuesday, September 30th.